Because it's not about you and your little bitty island. You can do fine all the hell you want to, but the rest of the world is upside down. The rest of the world is going through things that you don't want to acknowledge because you are on your island. That's why I call it an island. When you are on your island, you don't know what's going on the earth and everywhere else. You don't know it, or practically you don't care, because most of you, the reason why America is the way that it is, selfish ass individuals, okay, it's all about you and nobody else. That's a word that we have forgotten about called compassion. There's a word that we all forgot about. It's called sacrifice. It's a word we have all forgot. A word we have all forgot about is human concern, love, giving, understanding that someone else in the world is suffering when you are not suffering. That's what we forgot about. When I'm speaking, it's not about me. Apparently, somebody taught me well. You hear me talking to you right now. Apparently, an oracle sat me down and spoke to me already. Why the hell is my name Morpheus? Duh. Apparently, somebody gave me the MO. Apparently, somebody gave me a good pill that woke me up from the stupor that you're probably still in today. Oh yeah, I said it. So therefore, my task is to be concerned for everybody else as well. The whole intention is not to make a pretty penny. It's not to make a name for myself. It's not to make me look like this big whoever. It's to bring enlightenment to the world, to make people better, to understand where the problems are. When you sit back, see, I'm not like you. When I sit back and look at the news and look at the what do you call that? How can I put it? To look at the carnage. People Xing themselves out with all the crime, with the uncomfortable situation with children dealing with dumb parents, living out of a backpack back and forth in a broken home and family. When I look at all the unnecessary tax spendings on unnecessary systems just to waste money and continue deepening the atrocity of the debt. When I look at how the politicians or the government operates, there's always something underneath it, and I question. And most times I figure out, well, we just dealing with dumb people who just really don't care about nobody else. What needs to be done is understanding the root of the issue so you can solve the problem. We don't want to get to the root of the issue because somebody makes money off of you when you don't understand the root of your problem, because they can keep giving you a medicated pill, they can keep sticking needles under your arm, and they can keep making you the pack mule, let me say sheep, that you design yourself to be or accept yourself to be by not questioning or understanding probably you did not have an oracle or get the proper information like you were supposed to, or basically you didn't care about yourself enough. So unlike you or other people, I have compassion. I have concern for more than myself. It don't matter about my island. It don't matter about my little bitty life. It don't matter about my little bitty situation, because I'm just a speck in the ocean. I'm more concerned about everyone else who is suffering, because if that were me in that situation, I'd want somebody to reach down from heaven and save my ass as well. Do I make myself clear? If I don't, get the hell out. You got to hold someone accountable for being a lazy ass or being so self-centered with the keys of the universe in their hands and did not do enough. You can be filled but a quarter of the way. You can be filled but a fifth of the way, or half of the way, or 3/4 of the way. You need to be fulfilled completely and reach the damn destination. Otherwise, you're going to come up short. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? If you've been watching the news, haven't we been coming up short? Then why the hell is this dumb stuff coming out of your mouth like, well, this world is crazy? This world is crazy. People are out of their mind. Why did this happen? Why did that 16-year-old off their parents? Why did this 20-year-old off himself? Why are we going through these issues in school? Why is everybody acting like a bunch of sheep? Why are people scared to speak their mind? Why are people just simply scared? Why? While you figuring out the why, I already figured out the why. I know, I get it. You figure out the why. I figured it out already. I don't have to figure out the why anymore. At a certain point in your life, why the hell are you figuring out the why? Duh! You don't understand anything yet? Yeah, how long have you been here? No, let me tell you this. Y'all ready? Y'all don't like it. Yeah, y'all don't like me. Too bad. 240 years. I think I got the calculation right. 8, 16, 24. 240 years. What is 240 years? If I had a chalkboard, 240 years divided by what? Divide that by 80. Am I right? Am I wrong? If my numbers is wrong, you can tell me. Okay, 240. Okay, check something out. You've actually lived for 240 years. Oh, shoot. Oh, somebody don't understand a thing. How are you saying that, Morpheus? You mean I lived for 240 years? Okay. Grandpa, mom, dad, you. Or you can say grandpa, then there was another grandpa, then there was you, because when your mother and your father had you, some of them, they're 20 years old or 30 years old. So you would have to depend on, there's a variable, I know it's probably longer than 240 years, because you got two grandpas, such as that would be, 1,660 years? Okay, then you add a third one, would be, of course, 240, but your mom and dad isn't going to be 80, so you could say technically 160 years. I know I'm making kind of, numbers, but if you really want to go to that type of basic, it's still no excuse. So let's cut off the eighth. Let's say 2. Let's say 160 years by grandpa and the other grandpa, okay, and now your mother and father decide to have you by that, that last 80, okay? So you live for 160 years, plus is your mom and dad. Plus is when they were 23 years old and they said, oops, here comes Sarah. Oops, here come Bobby. Out of a, I just want to feel good situation, or, that Jägermeister, damn it. I smoked too many blunts and, I was just feeling good that night, and oops, here he comes. Well, now I'm responsible. I didn't think about it. I just felt it. Oh, shoot. So, grandpa number 1 should have been speaking to grandpa number 2, which was his, his son, his daughter, his granddaughter, whatever, right? Underneath him. Because those grandparents made your parents. Duh! They made your parents. Okay? So, who did not pass the baton? See, grandpa number 1 and grandma number 1 knew something about morals. They knew something about the world. They knew something. They had the keys of the universe and should have gave the keys of the universe to grandpa or grandma number 2. Duh! Are we that stupid? Just think about it for a second. Excuses. One more for you, excuses. Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's impossible. Yeah, You know what? Go sit down in the corner somewhere. If that's the case, there will be no such thing as some farmlands, because some of them have been inherited by their great grandparent, and it was inherited by their to their child, and their child grew up, and they passed it on. So they'll go shut up. Just shut up. Okay. Don't be stupid. It's possible. There's organizations that have been owned by someone's great-great-grandparent, and it's been in the family for years, so it's not impossible. But here's the fact. If you can do that, how come you can't do that with your morals? How come you can't do that with your knowledge? How come you can't do that with your understanding of the world? You should be a genius by this time. You should be like Professor Glump. Another professor. You should be like him. Smart, capable, able, a genius. But no. Y'all didn't pass the baton. Something happened in between. You know what happens in between? Ignorance, overzealousness, selfishness, and goddamn lazy. You'll say, Morpheus, wherever you came up with this subject, these numbers, did somebody piss you off? You know, did your grandparents know something and they didn't tell you till the last minute? No, sir. No, ma'am. No, I've watched. I've studied and I've been thinking. I do a lot of thinking, and I do this thing called accountability. And I begin to wonder, like, how is it that your kids today don't know what you know? I mean, just sit back and just think. How come they don't know what you know, or how come you don't know what your grandpa and your grandparents did know, and you don't know what they know, and y'all continue down the rabbit hole? See, grandparents knew something about de-evolution. They saw stuff. I'm trying my best to. I'm really trying my best to be nice here, because your ancestors, or most of our grandparents, not all, watched the world change. They watched it change. They watched stuff be taken. Listen to hell up. They watched the de-evolution of humanity. They sat back on their recliner chair and witnessed atrocities. They saw the wars. They saw powers of others usurping them. They witnessed struggle. They've been homeless. They witnessed near-death situations. They witnessed all this stuff. And what did they do to change the dynamic? If you're watching let's talk about Twin Towers for a minute. Let's say, for example, you knew that it wasn't going to come down the way it did. Let's say it was going to just topple over. Let's say the construction workers, let's say it wasn't going to be attacked, okay? It was just going to topple over by a weak infrastructure, a weak frame on the ground, okay? Let's just say that, for example. Think about it. And everybody knew that this thing was tilting over and it was on the verge of toppling over on the rest of the buildings, and there you go, right? And you got maybe, it hasn't happened yet, but everybody know that it's toppling over. So month to month, it keeps tilting. Month to month, it continues to tilt further and further, and nobody does anything about it. The government, the country over there, whatever, the hell, the commissioners, the governors, the people of the town, the construction workers say nothing about it. Not even the president. They just sit there and be like, well, it's just tilting. I guess we just deal with it. I guess we just let it continue to tilt over until it falls. Think about it. I'm just like, I can't do anything about it. I'm busy. I'm going places and I'm doing fine. When it falls over, I'm not gonna be here because, oh shoot, somebody help me. I'm not gonna be here because, when I hit the age 81, I'm already like, arthritis and can halfway see, and I'm just being pushed around. I'm not gonna be here when it tilts over. So when it falls, so what? I'm not gonna suffer. I just want peace right now. I just wanna, I don't want to fight no more. Even though all I gotta do is open up the goddamn mouth. Be like, wait, I don't want to speak anymore. Just I ain't gonna be here anyway. I just want to enjoy the remaining years of my life and just whatever. So by the time it happens, I'm out. That's how y'all think. I'm out. The hell with the future. The hell with my great grandkids. The hell with the world later on. The hell with when I'm gone. I'm not going to go ahead and put anything in the ground. Our soil prosperity. I'm just going to go ahead and just be concerned about myself, keep the information to myself, and be buried with it. Son of a... And so they walk away in the only way that we all know walking away is, and you see them no more for the rest of your life. And eventually the towers just tip over and boom, everything's done. Wipes away the future. And you'll say, well, how come nobody did anything about it? How come? Morpheus is just full of BS. Morpheus is just evil. He's just talking some crazy stuff. Really? Then ask yourself that damn question, genius. How come it wasn't how come it wasn't prevented? You knew it was going to happen. So over the duration of years, 30, 40, while grandma is young, They should have had a program or programs in place. Teaching, speaking, trying, yielding, soiling, discussing, installing what they knew. That way, when they are at their resting place, the seeds of prosperity is above ground where you can benefit because they was concerned about the morality or the values that were being usurped or taken from the society. So what's the goddamn excuse? Year to year, we're self-serving. Year to year. See, I'm going to start recording some of my conversations when I have with people. I'm going to start recording because y'all think I'm playing games with you. I speak to 67-year-olds. I speak to 52-year-old people, 42-year-old people. The older they get, the more they're like, oh, I don't give a shit. I don't care. You'll be surprised. 40-year-old people, 40, I didn't say 30, 40-year-old people. You know what the common thing is they'll say? Let me tell you what they'll say. Oh, I'm only concerned about myself. It is what it is. This is what they say. It is what it is. That's just the way the world is. Sometimes you just got to go with the flow. You just accept whatever comes your way. I'm doing fine. You know, I got my money. I've got my investments. I'm good. I'll just order a maid. I'm just fine. You know, I don't care. You know, it's just the way that the world is. And that's their mentality. And it starts going downhill from there. But they don't give a care about teaching the youth or giving their knowledge or information to the world that needs to know what the hell is going on so we can correct the action, and instead of going down a de-evolution state of humanity, we can evolve where we're supposed to be. So imagine being 67 years old. They're like, I don't give a I don't care. Man, I got arthritis in my brain. Man, I'm like, dude, I'm tired. I don't have time for this. I'm exhausted. My back hurts. My knees hurt. My ankles hurt. My face hurt. My eyeballs hurt. This and this and that. I'm on pills. I'm on medication. I'm so jeeped up by the age of 70 years old, I don't even know who the hell I am. I halfway can remember the high school that I went through or the college that I went through. I can't remember my first love anymore. Heck, I can't even count the fingers on the fingers that are on my hand anymore. So how the hell am I going to care about what's going on in the future of America or the world? There's a thing called out of practice. If you don't use, somebody's gonna cuss me out. Somebody's gonna cuss me out. I can hear it right now over my microphone. Somebody's gonna cuss me out. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. If you don't use it, you'll lose it. If you don't use your faculties, your gifts, your knowledge, your experience, your hands, your legs, your arms, your voice, your ability, your compassion, your practices, what you know. If you don't use it, you are going to lose it. So it is your goddamn fault. And one of the big things is not being concerned about the future. People have succeeded. Don't give me none of your effed up excuses. You all know this. When you want something, you get it. When you want to graduate from college, you graduate from college. You want a degree, you get a degree. You want that Koenigsegg, if you work hard enough, you get it. You want that girl, you work hard enough, you may get her. You want that guy, you work hard, you may get him. You can achieve many things. Nothing's really impossible. It's only impossible when you give up because you're too lazy. So don't come talking your BS talking about, well, there's always this and there's always that. No excuse because you practice yourself. When you want to get up and get a plate of food and you don't know how to cook, you're going to learn fast. Okay? Are you going to starve fast? Go shut your mouth. Okay? If there was no farmers out there to go out there and till the grass and sow the wheat and get the cabbage and the potatoes and feed the cows and stuff like that, and it was just you're going to learn how to do it real fast, or you're going to starve your ass to sleep. So go shut up with that nonsense. Don't come talking about, people, they have they have their issues, and let's go ahead and give them an excuse. Well, okay, is there any excuse for y'all to be such depraved human beings today? Okay, take that to your libraries or shove it. Okay, whatever you do, I don't care. Just don't bring it over here. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to be disconcerted for what's going to happen. Just because you're all right and you're doing well and you got your money and your life is okay, that don't mean everybody else is okay. Everybody's so stuck on themselves. Well, I'm just going to be the best version of myself. F the world. Really? Really? And you can sit here and watch all this catastrophe and you're okay with it. You know what? May your interpretation of God have mercy for you, because nature will not when your time come around. I have zero tolerance. Maybe I'm going to start calling my audios, your audios, our channel, zero tolerance. I have zero tolerance. I don't do the variables. I can care less about what's in the middle. Don't come talking to me about the minimum of the situation. Don't give me some dumb examples from ones and twos when the whole pizza is spoiled and rotten. Don't come talking to me about you got a piece of the world or a piece of the pie and you do it quite well. Oh, I donate. I visit nursing homes. I go visit children. I go to orphanages and stuff like that. Listen, that's you. Everybody is not you. Take your goddamn excuse somewhere else. You are the minimum of the situation. You may not be the problem, but you could be the problem by thinking that you are on your own island when the whole entire world is suffering. Go somewhere else with that. Go somewhere else with that. That's an excuse. So therefore, you're going to be, Morpheus is talking crazy. It's just another guy who's just blabbering on YouTube. Just blah, 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 blah. All the while, you see the way the world is operating. You'll be the number one moron to talk about everybody's crazy. No, you are, because you're still trying to figure out the why. The why is already, let me put it like this. Grandpa and Grandma already figured out the why. Because you are a de-evolved species, you're just now trying to figure out the why because you've gone far and beyond your expectations. What I mean by expectations is you've gone too far past your expectation where you are not supposed to be in a world where you damn near part one with your computers that you use. Put the bottom lip to the top lip. Grandma and Grandpa had to do things manually. Grandma and Grandpa had to use their fingers. They had to use their brain. They had to use their logic. They had to use their feet. They had to go forward in a different way. Whereas you are in a plush, soft-handed, I'm comfortable, everything is ordered to me. I got DoorDash, I got Uber, I got Lyft. I can do anything the hell I want to do and just sit back and be a lazy-ass, obese American. Grandma and Grandpa didn't do that. They had their issues. They wasn't perfect, but where they have really effed up was not really doing enough to soil the proper seeds to the generations that we're dealing with today. The root of many of the problems is the fact that you just don't have the information. Somebody didn't steer you in the right direction. There was more than half of them, what I'm telling you. Yes, according to Gas, there was a few people who were speaking and trying and doing what they could. There were movements, there was fights, there was underground sort of liberation type of units. There was all sorts of things that was going on to provide a brighter future for the world in total, no matter what the cultural color may or may not have been, but not enough to get you to the checkered flag. Otherwise, there would not still be people passing away by the millions by their own species type. Why are they passing away by their own species type? Because those seeds wasn't planted like they should have. Because if you give somebody a result option, here's the thing. Your great-grandparents, grandpa and grandma knew what was going to happen if you did a certain thing. So they'll say, don't do that. If you do, this is going to happen. Right? So if you get enough of them saying that, when your child or somebody questions you, say, well, how come I can't do this? What's wrong with that? I want to go here, and grandma and grandpa say, well, if you do. Listen, it's possibility. No possibility, my ass. No, if you do it, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen to your world. This is going to happen to your future. This is going to happen, son or daughter. So you got an option. And you can bump your head all you want to. Okay? Yeah, you're going to, because you're going to want to experiment. Yeah, the child, I understand. Yeah. They're going to be ignorant anyway and try to do their own damn thing. Fine. But guess what? You're going to only run your head against the wall so many times. You're only going to bump your head so many times. As long as somebody tell you, okay, yeah, there's a ditch over there. Don't drive your dirt bike over there because you're going to fall. And you do it anyway. Trust me, you're not going to do it again unless you're trying to eliminate yourself from the face of the planet, called self-termination, which is, I'm not even going to get into that. I got an audio coming from that. I go that deep too. Yeah, there is a percentage of humanity that's doing that because they're programmed to do it. Yes. Yes, I'm saying it right now. Yes. There are some who's programmed terminating themselves because of nature. I'm not going to get into it right now because I'm spoiling you. I'm going to save that for another day. Okay, just know nature's doing that. Okay, you don't want to do right because you're not meant to do right. Your future is not meant, their future is not meant to be here, so they're trying to, nature have to get rid of them. I'm just saying.